Hi everybody and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 with me, Kevin Sawyer. Hope you guys are all well and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. So, today I'm mixing up a bit. This is one of my barn finds I found, this Dodge Charger. And I figured, yeah, might as well try and get this thing going, at least. I still not unlocked the paint shop, so I can't do the full restoration on this, but I'm going to get it to a point where at least it runs. I don't think it even starts. Nope. Engine doesn't even turn over. Right, so let's see what's wrong with this thing. Quite a lot by the looks of it. Let's do some checks. Start with a compression test. This would be the be end all of the engine. See if it's what it's got left in it. I'm going to be tearing it out anyway and restoring it best I can and getting new bits where I need to. Obviously we can't use the ABS sensor or whatever it is. Onboard diagnosis OBD system. And that looks all pretty knackered as well. Get the old multimeter out. And that looks all pretty knackered as well. Let's get the tyre tester out, just the S&Gs. That all looks pretty tired as well. I'd say it's pretty knackered. For a barn find, this is what you're going to get, unfortunately. Got Pontiac down as well. They've made some little bits and bobs on the I don't know what's going on since the update. Now I can look at what I've got stored here, but I've got an extra parking level. Now I haven't unlocked that. I don't believe I've unlocked that, but it's all of a sudden it's there. So it's a shame because I sold my Mazda. A little Mazda. I might have to get another one. I want to get the other Mazda, the RX-7. But the older 80s Mazda with the rotary engine in it, which is quite funky. It's not my preferred car. I prefer the RX-7 out of the two of them. But it was a bit of fun to work on. But anyway, I digress. Let's get this thing at least started and running. So I'm going to just start ripping it to bits. And depending on time aspects, is depending on whether I make this a two-parter or not. I'm going to leave all the body panels as they are for the time being, purely because I can't repair them. Although on the Mazda, I could repair them. I don't know what that was all about, but I'm just going to start ripping all these bits off anyway, because I know they're all pretty tired. I'm not even going to bother to get to a point where it's like running, then go and testing it again, only to... I know it's all going to be fairly tired anyway. I'm just going to repair what I can, or replace what I can. But I'm still enjoying the game. I know some of you guys don't like this game, and that's why I probably get, again, low views on this. I'm just going to continue on anyway, just because I enjoy enjoy playing this game, and I hope some of you guys are at least enjoying watching me doing this. I know it's again, like I said in my farming simulator the other day, the views have dropped down on everything I'm doing at the moment, and so, you know. I've got actually admission to make. I'm going to show you something. As you can see in the top right here, I'm on this is 1.2.4. So they've been starting updates again. I took on this job here. This is a customer car, which I've done, but I can't get rid of it. The reason I can't get rid of it, and I don't know why it let me take the job on. See here, spray car to factory with factory paint. So spray the car with factory paint. Yeah, so back to factory colours. I've done everything else on it. I'll show you. Look, that's all done. That's all done. That's all done. I took it on because I didn't realise it had this on here. I didn't read the whole full SB. I just figured he was going to want me to repair or replace panels like previous jobs and be done with it. But because of that, that's a story job. This one is. It's stuck here, and I can't get rid of it until I respray it. And that won't be coming until level 30 now, since I've learnt that it's level 30 or above that you can unlock the spray booth. Hang on, I'm going to scoot over here. Sorry, I'm scooting all over the place. I need to get to the other side. I should just walk around here. I don't know whether I'm going to keep these wheels. What I might do is just see if we see if we can restore them. If we can't, then I might think about getting other wheels similar size. Thing is, I think I did that with the Shelby, and I don't know whether it's just because typically the Shelby is more easier to drive than the Dodge should be, and the Challenger. Challenger was actually quite nice to drive, believe it or not, for a thing that actually, you know, back in the 70s and 80s was typically responsible for killing a lot of teenagers, because they're just flying around the corner, opening up the throttle and going spinning backwards into a tree or hurtling forwards into a same tree or whatever. I think I covered it once before, but even one of their ads had one on fire. So the thing was not known for its handling characteristics, I should say. What I'll do is I might see how this goes. I'll strip all this front end out, get the engine to running condition at least, and then what I'll do is I'll stop it there. Edit it and upload it obviously to you guys, and then see what you guys think. If you want to see me put it back to, or strip the rest of it down, put it together, then let me know. If you don't, again, let me know. I'm going to just start taking these bits of exhaust out anyway, because we know they're all pretty tired. And you'd have to take some of this exhaust out. Well, you wouldn't necessarily have to take all the exhaust out, you just need to take the bits that are in the way out. I can't seem to... Come on, that's it. Drive shaft. But I'll record the next one anyway, and if you guys want to see that, then let me know. Like I say, if you don't, then let me know, and then I'll just gauge what people say, and then either upload the next one as is, or just not bother, skip it, and then just taking all these bits off. I wonder if I can take the bushings out. Kate bushings. One Kate bushing gone. A lot of this will be kind of sort of rinse and repeat from 2015. But as you guys know, this is the nuts and bolts of the game. Stripping stuff down. You know, and I see other big YouTubers making a lot of views on doing this sort of videos. I'm not expecting great views, I say, but after the comment on, forget the person left the comment, I'm sorry in advance. After he's saying how he's sort of like started down the road of doing YouTube, and he was getting quite popular, and then, you know, he's like, he could see what I was saying about the fact that he felt like he was painted into a corner, and that's what I don't want to end up doing. I just don't want to end up being thrown into a position where I'm just doing just for the sake of doing it. I want to do it because I enjoy doing it. As long as I'm enjoying doing it, and you guys are enjoying me doing it, then that's the main thing. It's a win-win situation for you guys and myself. That won't let me take these out yet. Just got to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of the fuel tank. Right, so I should be able to... This everything actually got any oil in it? No. So I shouldn't need to drain the oil. I should be able to just put the hoist on it. Oh, where's it going? It's disappeared. Oh, I'm sure I just asked it to move. Move? Oh, it's okay. You can take an engine out from there. I don't see how you do that, but you can take an engine out from there. It needs at least take the gearbox out, unless it's got no gearbox in it. Pull out. Oh, okay. First remove another gearbox. I've already done that. What's it on about? Or haven't I? Sure I have. Okay, I haven't. My bad, sorry. I went to do it and forgot. Got sidetracked. So that's now out. So I won't bother taking the body panels off because I know I can't repair them yet. As soon as that option becomes available, I will start putting all the bits onto my, or repairing all my body panels on my cars and spraying them, etc, etc. Come on. No, I want to rotate it, please. Okay, do that then. It's weird how it does that. You ask it to rotate left, right, but it rotates left. Hey ho. Let's continue on. I've got a fair amount of experience with this because I restored my Challenger. So it's fairly generic in this game. Thing is, I'm trying to figure whether they built this off on a Hemi engine or... It doesn't look like a Hemi. Looks more like a Detroit, but could be wrong. I could have used none of the above and just used artistic license just to get around the licensing of the game. Well, to be granted a license from Dodge, they must have used some sort of like aspect of the engine. Oops. Another key thing I tried. I thought I had a bit of a brainwave, and I plugged my controller in, and it's still plugged in now. And I'll show you guys that it's plugged in, but they haven't configured the controller to work with this game. So it's a shame. I figured maybe they might have done that, but I know Mr. Moose was saying something in one of his recordings the other day. It's like they haven't really done anything that wise with it. It's still pretty limited to mouse and keyboard, unfortunately, which is a shame. But I think there is talks that they're going to bring this out onto the consoles. So at some point they're going to have to sort of like use the old PC crowd as guinea pigs. I see it coming, and bring in some sort of controller support, because obviously Microsoft tends to share the same software as it does in the Xbox anyway. So once they go down that road, they're going to have to start thinking about bringing in some sort of like support for a controller. That option should become available, and it should make it a bit easier to, use on the test track. Because that's what I was saying in the last one. On the test track, he's trying to use the keyboard on that thing. It's just a nightmare. Feel like dancing now. Oops. One thing that makes me laugh a lot is the amount of what I call spam comments I've been getting recently on any given of my videos. Quite a few now, where they're saying, "Oh yeah, check out my channel," and "Oh yeah, you want better music in your videos?" Like, okay, don't you hear it? Aren't you listening? I think they just come in, don't even watch the video, and just leave a comment. They just boot the video up either. It probably could be even automated. It just sees a new video up on YouTube and just goes right in, post a comment, out. So I see my analytics say the average duration of views is less than 2 minutes. I'm like, really? Thanks a lot. It's down to I think a lot of it's down to them sort of things happening. It's causing that to push down. Right. Okay. Might as well take that clutch plate and pressure plate off. And release bearing. Come on. That's the one I want. I saw something in the update notes that now you can actually, on the sort of like this, the i4 and i6 engines, I think you can actually take the whole thing off a gearbox and mount it, which doesn't seem legit to me. I've never seen that happen in a real workshop. They normally have them on separate stands. They never have them mounted together, apart from when they've got them on a rolling rig. What rolling rig is? Yeah, what a rolling rig is pretty much it's just like a big metal tube construction, like a big frame, which you can mount an engine into. You tend to use them in like demonstration purposes, i.e. when they're testing an engine or college use or whatever, college university use, and they can fire them up. Always wanted to get sort of like an engine and sort of like make my own like working cut-out version. It's quite a messy job involved, and you have to use the specialist kind of tools to cut away at the cylinder head, and you could be quite good at doing it as well. When I was a bit younger, I once had one of those, is that build your own engine kit? You know, if you've ever seen them and you thought about getting them, don't, because I've just seen a bug. That just let me take the crankshaft out, even though the bearings are still in it. It's another bug for the Levavers. Right, can I take this now? Yep. Cool. Alright, let's start throwing it in. Or repairing what we can. Not all of this is going to end up getting repaired, I can see, but it's about 80% success rate now. It's best to repair what you can repair. Saves the ultimate cost of buying new bits. All bits repaired, thank you. Right, let's throw the engine back together again. We'll start making them. Put the engine back together. Part mount. Yay! We know that made. Alright, so put the crankshaft back in before putting the bearings back in. Oh, that one didn't make it, so I'm going to need at least two of them. Crankshaft bearings. Main shock. Engine. Crank. Cranky. Cranky. Crankshaft bearing caps. Need two, I think it was two at least. All shiny, reconditioned. I like what they've done with this game. I'm going to need 8 sets of pistons and 8 sets of rings as well. Nobody used putting half knackered pistons into a fully reconditioned block. You might as well just go the whole hog and buy complete new sets, unless they're fairly good nick. Then you'd weigh it up. You'd sit there and think, okay, they look fairly new. Stick them back in. But in order to sort of like clean up a engine, they just have to bore them anyway, so you're gonna have to get new piston rings anyway to match the new bore size. Because it's gonna be slightly larger than the original. So the only way they can do it is by reboring it, because over time blocks can distort. They can give it a light skim, but it's still going to slightly change the bore. Throw these all back in. Now in real life, before people start jumping up and down going, you can't just randomly throw these bits, and I've probably covered this already, but I'm going to need more. So I need 2, 4, 6 at least. Rod. Oh, rod. 6. You can't just go, well, you can, but typically most crank rods or big ends need con rods. Whoa, I didn't want to do a bit. Pop that. Most con rods, they normally typically have a big end to them. They normally, when they normally do come as a set, because when they're made to belong together. So whenever you're ever taking one of these things to bits, it's better if you don't need to replace your pistons, obviously, or your con rods, you would typically keep the same caps with the same con rods, because they're going to be equal wear. There are shell bearings inside them, obviously. You can just replace the shell bearings. Oh, you haven't got that part, so we'll have to get that in a sec. Just untangle myself at the same time. You can get shell bearings, and you know, they go between the con rod and the big end, and they act as a sacrificial bit of metal in a sense to stop it from prematurely wearing. But them alone, you couldn't just rely on them alone to take out the displacement. If you were to put a new, it's going to need a new one of them, new big end bearing or whatever on the end of it, you would if you do need to replace that, you can replace it. I'm not saying you can't replace it, it's just a case of it's better to keep the existing ones with each other. So if it's that badly worn, you might as well just replace the the con rod. If it's a lot of unevenness, you can get them machined again so they're a bit more flush. It depends on how bad the wear is, and it only gets that bad if the bearings haven't been replaced and it's just gone worn through the bearing and then worn through into the con rod itself or the con rod cap. That's knackered. Did that make it? Let's see. Oh, that did make it. Cool. Put on what we can on this. Oh, that didn't make it. I'm going to need a new flywheel, at least. I know that. Let's go to gearbox. Could have got them. Flywheel. No, we're going to need one of them. I know we're going to need one of them. And I know we're going to need one of them. I'm not sure, 100% sure if that made it in the repair process. So I won't buy it just yet. We'll find out now as we put this back on. Oh. Text. Or email. Right, so that's all done. We need some new spark plugs as well. One of the ignition coil didn't have one anyway. About the crankshaft, did that? No, that didn't make it. How about the ignition distributor? No, that obviously is non-repairable. We can get a Nora filter. Oh, and oops, no. Go to engine. Search for oil. And it should have oil filter. I think it's that one. I think it's that one. I think it's just the V8 one. It doesn't have the. What I'll do is, as I say, I'll get this to a point where the engine's running. Fire it up, and then I'll call it a day at that, and then see what you guys say. If you want to see the rest of it, me putting it back together again. If you don't, you don't. So we need a crankshaft. Say crankshaft, camshaft. Now, is it just the typical one? Let's double check. This game does tend to like throwing red herrings. No, it's type C, right. So one of them. So we need a new cam gear and a cam chain to go on that, and a distributor. Now, where's the timing chains? Which one is it? Is it that one, or is it another type? Because I got caught out last time I did that. I'll wait until we get to that point. I'll throw it in. I need the distributor as well. So it's type F. By the looks of it, timing chain type F. That one. Although they look identical to the game, they're not. There would be subtle differences between engine types as well, admittedly. Lamps and chain, etc, etc, etc. Need I say more? Right, so I'm going to need an ignition distributor. Probably a cap as well, but I won't buy that until I know I need it. I'll get some plugs while I'm at it as well. Distributor. Yeah. I don't forget what type of cables and wires it needs, if it's one of those ones or I'm going to need one of them, but which one is it? Is it that one? I think that's the only type they do, yeah. Let's blow up plugs. Yeah, 8 of them. I need some valves as well, push red valves. Ignition distributor. One of those. Need a carb as well. We need one of them. That's type D manifold, isn't it? What type of push rods are these? I forget. Type F. Although I have actually put the regular ones in there and it worked. But I'll go for the what the game is telling me to do. So even though I've put the regular one in there, 16 of those we need. And we're going to need the rocker as well, isn't it? We need a good rocker. I think it's these ones, at least 2 of them. And we need a manifold for that as well, but we'll worry about that in a sec. Start putting all these bits back in. Unless of course they fix that bug, but then it would have probably crashed my game. My other car would be like, you're missing these crucial parts. I'd be like, great. Take the whole thing of it just to get to them. Let's throw that in. Sorry it's dragged on a bit, guys. So it's a bit of a lengthy procedure stripping these things down. And then rebuilding them again. I did used to do it as a two-parter initially, but... Did that survive? That did survive. Gonna need to get a new fuel filter as well. Did the strip of rotor didn't... Rotor arm didn't survive. Right, okay. So we need a new one of them. I've noticed it's doing that a bit. It suddenly just phases out and doesn't let you do anything. Right, throw that in. Zoink. Did the cat make it? Yes, it did. I know the wires won't be any good. Oh, at least one clip survived. So we need... There's another clip. Clip type B. And a carb as well. Carburet V8 type F. Oops, that's not going to work, is it, Kev? Try that again. That one. Now I wonder if this... No, I didn't think it would air filter. So we need to get that as well. Round air filter. It's one of those. Which one it is, I don't know, but I'm just put air filter in. I'll put air in. I'm sure it's this one. Type D. Base type F. But I'll double check. It's always best to be sure. Safe than sorry, right? It was type F. I'm sure it's that one there as well. Type D. As well. Be eating my words in a minute. And I think it's that type of air filter. One carb, I think. So it's one of those. Doink. No, it was a type F. I told you I didn't get that bit wrong. Catches you out so easy, this game. Even though they look similar. At least I was right about the top. Did I? Hang on. Did I just buy that top? Oh, the other top is slightly tired. So, I'll sell that on. Because you can't recondition it. Fuel filter. No, didn't have one. We need to get a new head for this side and all, don't we? So throw the valves in. Throw the valves in. This is always the tricky bit. I don't like this bit. Oops. I'll put the plugs in a sec as well. Right. Might as well start putting the plugs in as well. Some fresh, brand spanking new spark plugs. That's it. We're gonna put that on. I think we need to get a new type of cylinder head for this and all, because I think it was missing it. If my memory serves right. No, it wasn't. Did have it. Nice. Couldn't remember if it was missing or not. No, the water pump did not make it. Just need to get a water pump. Which type is it? That one there, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that one. Zoink. I like the colour of this engine. Does kind of remind me of a Hemi. But I don't think it is a Hemi. Water pump pulley, so go back into water pump pulley. I might as well get those arms on it as well. So I'm going to need one of them, I know. And one of them, I know we're going to need. You can't repair them either. It's debatable whether you can. It depends on how bad condition the other ones are. If they're rotten through, then yeah, you wouldn't be able to repair it. If it's just a bit tired, i.e. it just needs a bit of a clean up with a wire brush, you could probably get away with doing that. Now, is that just... yeah, this is a regular crankshaft pulley, isn't it? Try to put pulley in. That one. Looking good now, huh? Looking good. So what do we need? We need Type C. No, Type C serpentine belt. Probably don't know what other type of belt we need as well for that. No, it's not exactly generic. Serpentine belt. Type C, is it that one? That would make sense. That one. And the other one's going to be more triangular. So that's that one. I reckon that's what it's going to be. Could be wrong. So repair could be a bad to laugh. Or you'd be laughing right away, going, "That's not the right way. I don't know." Done. Did the fan make it? It did. Nice. Looking good. So we need a manifold Type D. So go into manifold Type D. Engine. Manifold. I've noticed less is more of this. Is that Type D? It says Type D. Again, could be wrong. I've noticed there's two types of head on this as well. It's a bit weird. They look identical. They have slightly different, and they have similar similar descriptions in the listings as well. That's not right, Kev. I knew that was no good. No. No. We need a tank as well, so I don't know if the pump survived or not. I'll wait until I get to that point. But this is all pretty much on and ready to go, isn't it? Back into the car. Need some oil. Ordinarily, you wouldn't put this filter back on here because it would be sitting on the fuel line. And as you can see, it's like free floating. They normally have some little brackets and they come down from the bulkhead to the engine via pipes, normally rubber pipes. If someone's upgraded it, then it can be metal ones, braided metal. We need to take this off the engine, off the crane, and then we need to put the engine back in, like so. Thank you very much. I'm going to take that out while I'm at it, and that out. See if we can repair them on the bench. I know the battery we can't yet, but I might as well take this out, see if we can repair that. Brake servo. Part mount. In fact, it's because we forgot to put the clip on here, didn't we? Oh, I forgot. No, I did put the clip on here. So why is the... Oh, the spark plug. Numpty Kev! That's why. You've got 2 plugs in. That was a schoolboy error and a half, wasn't it? Alright. So what ignition wires are these? Type D. They're not bad, Nick, but I'd rather put brand spanking new ones on there, just because it's fully reconditioned engine, so part reconditioned, part new. Oops. So it was type D, wasn't it? It was them. I'm sure it was type D. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. Voila. Right, and then we're going to need to put some oil in this. Part mount. Oh, looks like I fixed that bug as well. Because last time I built my Charger, or the Challenger, the oil can was going through the air filter. Makes it harder to see what it's doing. Oh, there we go. Too much oil again. The filter will pick up some of that. Right. Looks good though, doesn't it, guys? Looks very nice, that beastie boy in that engine. It's the heart of the beast. It's back in. Its transplant has been done. Come on, scoot forward. Scoot forward. Thank you. Hey, the gearbox made it. Cool. Now I know you shouldn't do this in, well, you can get away with doing this. There's no reason why you shouldn't do this in your life. The only thing I can think of, what I'm going to do next to the fuel pump. Keep doing that. Right. Done. Zoink. Right. The only reason I probably not do this in real life, because obviously, although you can just spin that round by hand again, and then it's never going to be perfectly lined up, because the drive shaft isn't on it. As it's going to spin round, it might just spin round a bit wildly. Cause the engine revs to be a bit off. Right, we need a new battery. Oh, we can repair that. Cool. We still need a new battery. So battery might have enough juice in it, but again, I'm going to buy a new one because we haven't got the charger yet. The battery charger, that is. Once we get the battery charger, I've got like 4 batteries in my warehouse, I think, sitting there just waiting to be recharged. I'll just charge them up and sell them. There's no guarantees that really. There's no guarantees the batteries will charge either. If they don't accept charge, which is possible, it might be possible. It's like we're going to need a. That battery looks very tired anyway. Brake servo. Yeah, we're going to need one of them. Brakes. Brake servo. Right. Put that in. I know you don't necessarily need that in there, but I'd rather have it in there because you're better off just setting it all up ready. Right, let's jump in. See if it starts. It runs. It'd be loud as sin, but it runs. Because there's no exhaust manifold on there. It'd be just burbling straight. Well, it's got the manifold on there, but it'd be got no exhaust pipes. So it'd be just throwing it right out there. They'd be getting quite hot as well, so you wouldn't want to run it for too long without a pipe on there. And it'd be running a bit lumpy as well because there's no back pressure. Because believe it or not, exhaust needs some sort of back pressure. Even racing exhausts have some sort of baffle in them just to increase the pressure. You wouldn't have no pressure coming out because it could actually potentially reduce horsepower that way. But anyway, I've babbled on and this is dragged on long enough. Let me know, guys, if you want to see the second part of this video, and then I'm going to record it anyway, but if you want to see it, let me know. If you don't want to see it, let me know, and then I'll edit it and then upload it at a later date. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, again, guys, feel free to like, and if you didn't enjoy it, please feel free to dislike, but also please leave me a comment down below why you didn't like it, so it helps me improve. But if you want to just say anything, again, please feel free to just leave a comment down below as well. I don't bite. But if you know anyone else that may also enjoy watching this episode, again, guys, feel free to share. It helps me out a lot, and I don't mind you guys sharing. And if you're new to my channel and you want to see future episodes of this or anything else I'm working on, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. TTFN.